Hi, readers. Today, as a warm up, before we go even into the lesson, I would love for you to apply some of what you've already learned about nonfiction and to try it out in this pretty tricky text. One of the most important things that any reader should be doing, especially in nonfiction, is thinking about how different parts of the text fit with the whole. So, we've been reading this text called Rotten: Vultures, Beetles, Slime, and Nature's Other Decomposers. We've already learned some stuff. You might take a second to remember what you've already learned. We're going into the first chapter, called Dung Beetles Rolling Rotten. This comes right after the intro that we've already read. I'm going to read this page, and I want you to try to answer one of the most important questions any reader could ask themselves, which is, how does this part fit with what I already know? How does this part fit with the text as a whole? So as I read, I want you to be thinking about how this part fits in with what we've already learned. And if you need to, you can review what we've already learned by flipping through the attachment that I've included of the introduction to the text Rotten. Here it is. Chapter 1, Dung Beetles, Rolling Rotten. In a shadowy Egyptian tomb, a priest bends over the mummy of a pharaoh, chanting magic spells as he winds linen strips around the body. Among the strips, he places amulets shaped like lions or cobras, meant to protect the king on his perilous journey to the afterlife. You might be thinking, what does a pharaoh and a mummy have to do with rot? Directly over the mummy's embalmed heart, the priest places the most powerful charm of all, a solid gold dung beetle. Ancient Egyptians, even the most powerful kings and queens, worshipped the miraculous power of dung beetles. Egyptian artists created jewelry, paintings, and even giant statues of these lowly insects, which they called scarabs. They worshipped Khepri, a powerful god shaped like a man with the head of a monster-sized dung beetle. What does this part have to do with the whole? Keep going. But why did they adore bugs that eat poop? To the ancients, the scarab was a magical symbol of life, triumphing over death. Dung beetles lay their eggs in a pile of manure. And when young beetles burst forth from a decomposing cow flop, it can seem like a miracle. Some dung beetles roll balls of dung across the ground, pushing with their hind legs. In Egypt, this symbolized the sun's magical journey through the heavens. Imagine a giant dung beetle rolling a blazing sun across the sky. Why do some things smell bad to us? I'll pause here before I go into another section because you want to be doing some of the work that is super important, which is thinking, how do these parts fit together? How does what I just told you about dung beetles fit with what you've already learned about rotting and decomposing? Does it fit? Does it make sense? Maybe make a prediction of how it might make sense. Looking to see what we might be learning next. Why do some things smell bad to us? Dung beetle antenna. Why do dung beetles love dung? How might this part fit with this text as a whole so far? How might this part of the text add on to what you've already learned? Try that. Try answering it for your warm-up today. Can't wait to see what you think.